Alright, welcome back, and today we are blessed with a Drozd Blackbird expert from eBay. Don't mind my computer, the hard drive's about to go out, so it's going to something like that. I don't know when it's going to stop. It's probably going to stop when the thing dies, but anyway. Let's take a look at what this feller says. Now, here is the first image of the ad, and looks okay. $1,200 starting bid. That's a little bit steep, I would think, as a starting bid. If you're watching this, I would say maybe have that as your reserve bid. So you can not sell it if you don't get $1,200 in the bidding for it. Just saying. Now, let's get to your item description. Here it is. I'm going to read this for all the lazy people. Drozd Blackbird fully modified. I'm talking to the max. Okay, sounds cool. What you're looking at is a very accurate and one of the only few that really shoots 2,000 rounds a minute, because I just didn't install the 2,000 RPM Surgy board. I also had the tactical barrel rifled and polished. The clip has a BB centering magnet installed, so all the BBs are centered in the barrel before
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Firing. Also, the clip has upgraded motor and spring has been polished to keep up with the rounds. Alright, man, that was a frickin' mouthful right there, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong in that. Well, I got to break this down. Jose, tell them what's about to happen.
Las chanclas. Todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
Alright. I am the one that made 2,000 rounds a minute work. You probably don't understand that because you barely speak English and you can't write it either. So, I made 2,000 rounds a minute work right with Sergey's board. And then we went to 4,000 and made it work right. What's this ridiculousness about the magnet? Okay, that mod, Ray from Drozd used to put a magnet on the valve tube. That's all it is. It's just a magnet on the valve tube, which would kind of hold BBs there, because none of this stuff down here had ever really been gotten into before me. So that would kind of help. And now the BB centering, what that does is cause double shots. So you claim to have one of the only guns that shoots 2,000 rounds a minute reliably. Because you polished the spring. And what's this clip? I have no idea what you're talking about, clip.
This right here has the ability with a 30 caliber clip to disperse with 30 bullets within half a second. 30 magazine clip in half a second.
Clip. I mean, we have magazines. There's no clips involved in these. Paper clip? I mean, what are you putting this thing together with? So, you had the tactical barrel rifle. No, you didn't have it rifled. It was rifled when it was sent to you. And those don't shoot as fast as smoothbores. Alright. Pinnacle Rail Laser with a Z. I guess that's some factory brand. Who gives a shit? Comes with 3 HPA tanks, one very high pressure at 1600 PSI. Okay. What are the hydro dates on those tanks? How old are they? Because you're talking about Ray from Drozd, who went out of business in 2014. This is 2019. If you bought those all back then, they're out of hydro. It's going to cost at least $60 to get them all in hydro. Alright. Airlines included. The tanks alone sell for over $1,000. Yeah, they do new. And I looked at some of those tanks. No, I don't think, no. If you paid more than $300 a piece for those tanks that you have, no. New. Comes with holographic sight and 3-9 times 32 scope. You can use any coreless drill battery to power it up to 25 volts. Is that why you got that jacked up looking cord coming out of the bottom of the magazine? And you've got your bushing, you know, way down on the end of the cord. What the hell's that all about? And it looks like you got a broken wire right there in your trigger guard. I don't even think your gun works, dude. At all. I know it doesn't work 100% at 2K. Okay. This gun was professionally built by Drozd, and the gun upgrades alone cost over $1,000. I'm sure they did. And then you got a hold of it. You cannot buy these guns anymore. Yes, you can. You can buy them on eBay, and if you want a new one, you can go to toparsenal.net. And if you find one, most likely it won't be professionally built and won't have any of the upgrades needed to handle firing 2,000 rounds a minute. And up around 12. Okay, we're just going to break that down. Alright, I modify these professionally for 4,000 and up to 8,000 rounds a minute. Okay, so moving on. Up to 1,200 feet per second. Dude, I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I've never hit 1,200 feet per second unless I tried to diesel something, which is illegal, by the way. Because at that point, you turn your non-powder gun into a powder gun. It's just stupid. Ugh. Which would chop a small tree down, so beware, this is not a toy for a kid. Actually, they are considered toys in the United States of America. But you probably shouldn't own one. Don't be fooled by the 4,000 RPM board. This is what really pissed me off. No gun can fire 4,000 RPM. Well, I tell you what. Here's a couple that can. The ones I build can shoot 8,000 rounds a minute with a single barrel. and would break very fast. Don't believe me? Do some research. They're gonna see my videos, you moron. I've got the same bumblebee that I've had. It's like I think it's like a 94, 96 model bumblebee. And I hopped it up like 5 years ago. That's the great camouflage one though. You could run over these things with a tank. Anything higher will greatly decrease the power too. Well, you know what? I would say past about 5K, you might be right, but I think you would be sadly mistaken. Because what happens is, here's a video of one of the guns that I built at 5K. Now this is over 100 yards. So what happens is, when you get up, the closer you put the BBs together, they follow the path of least resistance, which is the low pressure right in front of the BB behind it. So it's like a spray gun. You don't think these things are powerful? And the high rates of fire, you better think again. Any questions, feel free to ask and I'll be happy to answer them. So will I, by the way. You can always contact me right here. I've spent well over $1,000 on building this gun, not including any add-ons like grips, laser, and scope, and holographic sight, and HPA tanks. Alright, so I really want to thank you, Rich, for sending that to me, because you knew exactly what I was going to do with it, and I'm sure you're just rolling around on the ground laughing at me right now. But for all of those whom I have done builds for, good, bad, and the ugly, go ahead and drop it down in the comments. I'll leave it there. I mean, just if there's any complaints, any good things to say, I will tell you this. While I was working on this video, I got this screenshot of the one that I pulled the Apex board out of. So, I didn't really mean to rant, but when I see stuff like this, it just pisses me off, because if you are just seeing this video, you're new to my channel, I'm a big proponent of keeping people straight on eBay and selling these things. And just do your research. Do your research. Seriously?
Stop it. Get some help.
He didn't look at enough of my videos. And that's all I can say. I gotta go. Later.